So I found the business plan for Audio Engineers of Detroit in the basement of our home.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And I asked him, what are you doing with this? This looks like a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, we had Motor City Woman going, but I saw this. And he said, oh, I wrote that long time ago. I don't know. It's just like a trade school. And
Welcome to the Visibility Room, on air and off script. Hey, everybody. It's Karyl Morris from the Image Impact Group and the Visibility Room, on air and off script. And I have with me today the Motor City woman, Robin Kinnie.
ta-da!
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, Robin, we have so much to talk about because I think we started our businesses right around the same time. And you started yours very pregnant.
Very pregnant.
Very pregnant.
Yes. I was about 7 months pregnant with my third child.
Oh my gosh. And we're going to get into that. But before we start, please introduce yourself and what and who is Motor City Woman and who do you serve?
Well, thank you so much for having me, Karyl.
Yeah.
You know, Karyl, you're one of the people who I'm not sure how we met.
Yeah.
But you've always been a part of my entrepreneur journey. So thank you.
Yes,
you know,
I feel the
seeing
same.
everything come to fruition for you just makes me so proud to
thank
work
you.
alongside you and to grow my business alongside you. We started Motor City Woman in 2016. And it started just from a love of broadcasting. Growing up here in Detroit, I have fond memories of listening to Martha Jean the Queen.
Oh, yes.
In the back of my mother's red Ford Tempo. Yes, I am that specific because the memories are so vivid for me.
Yes.
And she really laid the groundwork for my love of broadcasting and women on the mic. And as I grew up and went off to school, I saw the lack of women who were leading shows in radio. And typically they brought a woman on for a fashion segment, a segment about breast cancer, or something that was very specific.
Yeah.
So we started Motor City Woman just to disrupt that industry. We started as a digital radio station with all women-led lineup of show hosts. Over the years, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary, which I cannot believe.
Love it.
We have evolved. We added a second company called Audio Engineers of Detroit, which is an audio engineering trade school, as well as a recording studio here in Midtown Detroit, where we do all things audio, in-person, live sound, but we're teaching the next generation of audio professionals. But I still remain committed to elevating the voices of women and elevating underrepresented voices in general.
I love that. And, you know, thank you for the kudos to me and the kudos back to you because literally I remember meeting you and I think we're going to shout out Heather McGlone because I think Heather brought us together.
Yes.
And I was mesmerized about the whole thing because I'm like, what is she doing? And how is this happening? And then skip 10 years forward. So I've been watching your journey the whole way, which has been fascinating. And then you came in, we just got together finally for coffee, I don't know, a couple months ago. And what you are doing now and the partnerships you have created are unfreaking believable. I mean, you are such a business savvy rock star. It's really impressive. And, you know, I'm watching everything digitally, right? I'm watching when you show up online, but then hearing the context and how things are happening and what you're doing to get that next generation seen and who you've partnered with in Detroit to get that to happen is nothing short of amazing. So bravo. She is a rock star.
Thank you so much, Karyl. But, you know, you touched on something that I think people overlook when it comes to building a business, and that's intention.
Yeah.
I knew my intention 10 years ago. The business itself has evolved. Heck, I've evolved as a person, but the intention remains the same.
Oh my gosh, I love that. All right. I can get off track, off script really easily here because my brain is but I do want to ask you some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So you ready? Okay.
I'm
Don't want you to
ready.
think through too hard. I just want you to answer top of mind.
Okay.
What is the first impression you want others to have of you?
I want them to know and feel that I am engaged with them,
Ooh.
that I am present.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. Favorite way to communicate? and connect with people digitally or in person?
Oh, in person. Oh, come on. I'm in person. If you see me online, it's scheduled. It's
Okay.
pre-scheduled. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't spend a lot of time online just because of the energy. It's a lot of energy online.
Yeah.
And the type of person I am, it can drain me.
Yes.
So I have to manage that.
Yes, me too. And that's one of the reasons that I did the studio, because I need to have people. Yes. All right. What builds credibility faster? Expertise, experience, presence, or consistency?
Consistency.
And why do you say that?
I say consistency because anyone can come on and talk about something that they know one or two times.
Yeah.
But if you keep showing up and keep showing up, people are going to then align your message with who you are.
Yes.
And there goes your credibility.
And what's the trust killer that you see it most often?
Trust killer. I think being inauthentic, following the trends.
Yeah.
You know, doing something just because, oh, this is going to increase my visibility, and it may not be authentic to you.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up, because I think that is a missing piece that people often get wrong, dare I say. But what we see happen often is that people are chasing likes and comments, and that's really not what is going to drive your business, because having somebody like or comment on your post does not bring you business. It's the conversations that bring you business.
Right.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And what's the number one lesson in leadership that's stuck with you?
The number one lesson in leadership that has stuck with me, that is a very good question. I think over the years, my tactics have changed as I have changed, as my family has changed, as my vision for myself has changed. But as far as the lesson that has remained consistent is the importance of cultivating relationships. You know, that was one of the main, I'll say, lessons I learned from my very first supervisor. I was an AmeriCorps intern back in the Stone Ages. And I want to give a shout out to Diana Stewart. Diana Stewart was someone who always taught me about cultivating relationships before you need them.
Okay.
There's nothing worse than someone reaching out to you on LinkedIn and you don't know them from a hill of beans.
Yep.
And you're asking me to do something.
Yeah.
You know, it's so easy to cultivate a relationship with that consistency. It's a leadership skill. So then when you need something, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah. Make people understand who you are and understand who they are. You know, the whole pitch slapping, right? You know, you connect with somebody on LinkedIn and all of a sudden they've asked you for business and you don't even know who they are and they don't know who you are. And talk about a trust killer.
That's a trust killer.
Yeah, that's a trust killer too.
Yeah,
and
it just gives you the ick. I'm actually speaking about cultivating relationships at an event next week on March 28th at Little Caesars Arena with Compass Detroit. And it's for International Women's Day, but it's all about how do you get from, okay, gosh, that's the direction I want to go in. That's a leader that I kind of model myself as, you know, that's a mentor in my head, to becoming that person, aligning with that person, aligning with a certain group or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to be doing just like a 25-minute lightning talk about that. So hopefully people can check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you have spent more than 2 decades helping small businesses. How did you get started? And I know we kind of alluded to that when we first started, but what drove you? And again, we've kind of talked about it, but why small businesses and why then? I mean, why when you're 7 months pregnant
do you
do this? Yeah.
Okay, so we have to start at the beginning. I'm going to wrap it up in a pretty little bow. So when I was raised here in Detroit, you know, I come from a very stereotypical Black Detroit family.
Okay.
My grandfather migrated here from Alabama during the Great Migration in the 1940s, worked at Ford Motor Company, 30 plus years, retired.
Yeah.
His message to my mother and her siblings were, you get a good job after you graduate school, You work there for 35 years, you retire, and then you move on. That generation then my generation, you go to school, you get a good job, then you retire. Well, I went to school, got a good job, and I was like, there has to be more than this.
Yeah.
And the crossroads came when I started having children.
Okay.
And looking at, why is it that school gets out at 3 and I get off at 5 o'clock? There's a disconnect here. This isn't aligned with the type of mother I want to be and how present I want to be. I want to be at the school. There's things I want to do with my life where being at position at a desk for 8 hours is just not aligned.
Right.
So how do I take my skills and passion, which at that time was helping other entrepreneurs? Now, I wasn't raised around any entrepreneurs, but I looked at entrepreneurship like freedom.
Okay. Yes.
I can now earn what I want to earn. There's no limit. There's no cap.
Yeah.
I can serve who I want to serve. I can go where I want to go. And I can support the organization I want to support. So by being in the space of other entrepreneurs, I looked at it as I can do this as well. Now, the timing was, here I am pregnant.
But number 3.
With number 3 on top of that, with 2 toddlers at home.
Yeah.
But you have to answer the call.
Yes.
And I looked at it as I have all the resources around me. So I didn't have any excuses. I did have to be intentional about how I grew the business. So that came with a lot of mindset work. That came with cultivating relationships. And it came with being very intentional.
Yeah. Talk a little bit, if you would, about the relationships that you've cultivated here in the city. So one of the places that we talked about was the Aretha.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. Well, we started Audio Engineers of Detroit with my partner, who's also my husband, Mike Kinnie. Shout out to Mike Kinnie. He actually is the founder of Audio Engineers of Detroit. So I found the business plan for Audio Engineers of Detroit in the basement of our home.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And I asked him, what are you doing with this? This looks like a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, we had Motor City Woman going, but I saw this. And he said, I wrote that long time ago. I don't know. It's just like a trade school. And, you know, he's been in audio engineering for 30 years.
Wow.
So he knew everyone when it came to in the space of audio engineering and live sound in the city of Detroit and really the Metro Detroit area. So when we started the school, we wanted to make sure that our students can leave the school and be job ready.
Yes.
The only way to do that is to give them hands-on experience and like live experiences.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where the Aretha comes in. So our students, they go through 9 modules. Towards the end, we ask them questions like, do you want to go into business for yourself? Do you want to work at a concert venue? Do you want to go on tour? But everyone has access to an internship at the Aretha.
I think that's so cool.
Because that's where you learn.
Yes.
You're interacting with other people. You have to learn to manage your time. You have to learn how to be safe. You have to learn how to take care of yourself. These are long days.
Yeah.
So it's not just the skill itself. It's, you know, resting, knowing how to lift, snack breaks, staying hydrated.
Yeah.
Things that a lot of people don't take into consideration. You're going to learn that when you're in the field. So that's why that internship experience is so important. So when they're done, they're ready to work.
And thank you for doing that, because you often see people come out of school, whether it's a trade school or four-year university or a master's or whatever, and they haven't been taught the day-to-day things that are actually going to move the needle.
Right.
So they're book smart, but they may not be socially aware, or they may not have the tools to get through the day in the best way possible. So I think that is so brilliant. And for those of you that are watching or listening, the Aretha is literally down the street from us. So that's why
we walk to the Aretha.
Yeah,
really
which
could.
I think is so cool. It's right on the Detroit River. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
So now here you are. So you've got all this experience. You've, changed the course of your life, your family's life by opening Motor City Women. Now we've got the trade school. And now all of a sudden you're thinking, Wellness.
Where did that come from?
Where did that come from? And it's actually a great tie-in to what you just talked about, right? Because if you are not cognizant of the wellness component, it's very hard to do a really good job in your professional or your personal life. And so I know that, the wellness space has become near and dear to you. What's happening?
What's happening?
Clue us in.
Questions. Well, this all started, I would say, during the pandemic. I started just jotting down notes.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how this project will come into fruition, but I just started writing.
Yeah.
And my focus is about telling the story of how I've grown now 2 businesses with 3 kids.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
As probably not the typical entrepreneur age. Okay. The steps I took, the things I did along the way.
Yeah.
But they all circle back to the wellness part of it. And it's so much more to it.
Yeah.
I've already sketched out like 10 chapters of a book.
Oh,
because it's so much that no one's talking about. When people are starting a business, they talk about the business plan. They're talking about financial projections. They don't talk about the fact that starting a business introduces yourself to you.
Yes.
You will find out what you're made of, honey,
Yes,
if you start
will.
a business.
Yes, you will. And I'm going to kind of capitalize on that too. One of the things that when I was trying to determine what my business was going to be, I actually made a list of the things that made me me, so that when I chose my next step, I was being authentic to myself. I was doing something that I enjoyed, and that it would be easier to be excited about the challenges.
Yes.
And so then once you get in it, like you just said, once you're in it, there is a lot going on.
A lot going on.
And if you are not cognizant of the bumpy road that's ahead and how to deal with it, boy, that can shut you down in a heartbeat.
And also not knowing who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people start businesses and they're like, oh, I'm passionate about this, I'm going to do it. You have to have a very strong sense of self when you're starting a business, because if not, you'll just be chasing dollars instead of chasing purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the quickest way to burn out.
Absolutely. One thing I found out about myself is I am extremely competitive. And I don't know that I would have ever said that, but as it turns out, I am. And what was happening is that I was watching other people do things, and I kept saying, well, if they're doing it that way, then I should do it that way.
Yeah.
And I had to shut that down.
Yes.
Ooh, I had to shut that down. And that's knowing yourself.
That's knowing yourself, knowing what makes me tick.
Yeah.
What is my superpower?
Right.
What comes effortless for me. But that's a lot of internal work that a lot of people just skip right over. They think I got the business plan. I'm going to go either, use my savings or get a loan.
Yeah.
I got some customers. I'm off to the races, but they haven't set the intention of what this business is for. Right. And what is my role within this business.
Yeah.
And how do I take care of me when it comes to growing this business?
Yes.
I like to tell people that you are your greatest asset. So treat yourself as such.
Yeah, absolutely. And nobody is going to go, like, if you won't go to bat for yourself, you cannot expect other people to go to bat for you. You're leading the charge. You're absolutely leading the charge. Wow. Deep thoughts with Robin Kinnie.
So that's what I'm working on right now, Karyl.
Wow.
And I'm excited about it because I just really think that it's a message that needs to be told, because everyone is looking at entrepreneurship as this is the best and the sexy thing to do right now.
Yeah.
And there's so much more to it that if you really do the inner work, that you have the longevity that you're craving instead of just jumping out there.
I love that. And then when you're done with your book, you can go into your studio and you can do your audio book.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's full circle, full circle.
It sure is.
All right, my friend. You want to jump into some magic bowl questions? Okay.
I'm ready.
So I always have to tell this to everybody that I have chicken scratch. So Go ahead
Kinda
and pick,
deserve-
and then I'll read
Okay.
it because I don't expect you to be able to decipher.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got here.
What do we have?
Ooh, a hill you'll die on. What's one thing that you believe so passionately?
Oh gosh, there's so many things. But I'll think of what comes to mind. Recently, I was talking to another friend who's a mom, and I was sharing with her how not to build your life around your kids because they're going to leave you one day.
Yes, they are.
It is not only healthy to yourself, but a gift to your children for them to see you take care of yourself and put yourself first. I think as mothers, we think, oh, I have to self-sacrifice. You know, I have to do all the things. And, you know, I think of when people are taking family pictures and they say, you don't know what happened right before we took this family picture. There was straight chaos. And the mom's running all over the place.
Right.
I think my children have seen me set boundaries, healthy boundaries for them. When I'm available, when I'm not available. Yes, I go on trips without them with my friends. Yes, I do all sorts of things. I have my own special tea because I like tea. I like bougie tea, and that's my tea.
And you earned it.
And I've earned it. I was born worthy. I don't have to earn something.
Right.
You know, I deserve it. And so that's a hill I'll die on, that kids need to see mothers putting themselves first.
I agree with you, and I wish if I could go back in time, I wish there were some things that I would have changed about that for myself. I think I did a good job, but 2020, right? Hindsight is 2020. My thing was always, my job is to make independent, nice children. My job is not to do everything for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. My job is to prepare you for the real world.
They'll learn.
Yeah.
They'll learn.
They will.
I asked my 15-year-old the other day, I was just playing with them because I have 2 teenagers now. And I said, remember when I used to ask you guys what you wanted for dinner every night?
Exactly.
That was hilarious. Like I'm in a diner.
Yeah.
And you all are customers.
Yeah, no, ma'am.
This is what we eat on Monday. This is what I'm preparing on Tuesday. If you don't like it, I suggest you go on YouTube, learn how to make something that you want. Let me know what the ingredients are. We go to the grocery store, we get it. We make it as a family. I am not the chef and the cook.
Oh, I like that.
No, what, 2 teenagers? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No. Self-sufficient over here.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was
It's
one
a
thing
lot
I
of
never.
weight.
Yeah,
it's
I never
just
played
a lot
that
of
game.
weight. Like who told mothers that you have to prepare all the meals? And of course, age appropriate.
Right.
But yeah, I think they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite things about the middle school that my boys went to is that they had a class. I don't remember what the class was, but they had to do 2 loads of laundry on their own. Let me tell you, I never did their laundry ever again. So starting in middle school,
you know how to do it. Oh no, I only do my laundry.
Oh my God, too funny. All right, let's do one more.
Another one? Okay.
Yeah, let's do one more.
That one's
okay.
Let's see. This is fun.
Yay! Oh, I like this one.
Okay.
This is a great way to end. A Detroit moment you'll never forget.
Oh gosh, so many moments. A Detroit moment that's unique to me, or just like a
Just
general?
any moment. Like when you think of Detroit, what's that moment where you're like, oh, that was just freaking awesome?
Oh, wow. Well, I'll go back to my grandmother, Benny Reese. Growing up, my mother and her siblings grew up just outside Boston, Edison area.
Nice.
And once my grandmother passed, their house, we had another family member move into the house. So one of my fondest moments is I can remember sitting on my grandmother's porch, and she had one of those gliders, had this huge porch, sitting on the glider, and just, I think it was like a summer evening.
Yeah.
There was music.
Oh.
And I just
It just felt good.
It just felt good.
It just felt
Oh
good.
gosh, I just remember with no shoes or socks on.
Yeah.
And like literally I can feel the gliding as I sit here. And that was just a great Detroit moment for me.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
And those are the moments as moms that we hope that we are giving our kids. And wrapping this whole thing up, the fact that you have been able to showcase to your children the power of being a strong woman and also being able to put family at the forefront and do both things well. You know, we can't do everything,
Right.
but we can do certain things and we can do them well and we can do them with intention. And we can do them as a gift, not only to ourselves, but to those that are coming behind us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So cheers to that, my friend.
Cheers to you.
All right. Well, thank you so
you.
much, Robin, for showing up and hanging out with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. Anytime. So, you know, if you are watching and listening to this, please like and follow and make sure to reach out to Robin. Connect with her. She is absolutely outstanding, as you can see. And we will see you all another time.